All right, we have a breaking news coming in. Remember, 8 Indians are facing the gallows in Qatar, and in the backdrop of the same, the Prime Minister has spoken to Qatar's Emir in Dubai. Now, the Prime Minister and Emir were talking on the sidelines of the COP28. So that's, of course, a very, very significant talk which has happened on the sideline of the COP28, because 8 Indians are facing gallows in Qatar. These are 8 ex or veterans of the Indian Navy who have been given the death sentence in Qatar. And in the backdrop of this, when you have the Prime Minister holding a talk with the Emir of Qatar, it becomes extremely significant. We don't know yet. Of course, we are still awaiting an official confirmation if there was any talks as far as the Navy men are concerned. Rishabh is live with us. He can perhaps throw more light on it. Rishabh, anything you're picking up, any source-based information? Was there any discussion on the 8 Indians who are facing gallows in Qatar?
Well, since morning we have been discussing that how, apart from the 7 bilaterals that have been fixed for the Prime Minister, whose details are yet to be divulged by the External Affairs Ministry or the Prime Minister's office, there are a number of informal meetings that Prime Minister would be holding. One such meeting happens to be this brief talk between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Qatar Emir, bin Hamad, that how, and this is very, very significant. Remember, Qatar is not only an important partner of India, but also right now the chief negotiator in the West Asia. Apart from that, this brief talk becomes very, very significant when it comes to Indian context. For last 1 year, there are 8 ex-Indian Navy personnel who have been arrested in Qatar, have been charged for espionage. One of the court actually handed them over a sentence of death. Last week, after India intervened, got the consular access, the appeal against the death sentence have been taken forward, have been accepted. Yesterday, there was the first hearing of the appeal, and now Prime Minister was seen speaking to the Emir of Qatar. And definitely, as we have been discussing, that a lot of diplomatic issues get solved when the leaders at the top discuss between themselves. For example, remember when it happened back in G20 days, when G20 final draft was not being finalized, Sherpa finally said that whatever you have a problem
with. Well, absolutely. Rishabh, as you're rightly telling us, history is a testament to the same. We're all keeping our fingers crossed. We'll have to really wait and watch for an official confirmation also if these 8 veteran Navy men who are facing the gallows in Qatar, whether this discussion came up or not. But for now, thank you for bringing us up to speed with the latest as far as PM Modi's and Qatari Emir's meeting is concerned. We'll slip into a short commercial break with this news and updates on the other side. Don't go anywhere.